long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
There it is.
Welcome to Luminous Beings. No, that wasn't Rorschach. Come on.
It was obviously Clint Eastwood.
No, it wasn't Clint Eastwood. It was Batman. It's always the one they didn't cast. Hi, everyone. My name's Philip, and I'm the living force in this game, and surrounding me are our wonderful players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
It's cool because they said like exactly what I said in a way that was funny. Yes, this is our sort of special 2-night-a-week Star Wars game in which 8 players or 8 characters are occupying 4 bodies. We had some really fun stuff happen last week, on last Sunday in the last Luminous Beings, and then in the last CRUDE Matter last Monday, things took some other turns. I'm very excited to get into this one tonight. In fact, we're going to attempt a sort of a new thing I do now, which is I'm actually going to read the invocation before I do the recap for you, just because things go so immediately in from the recap. It's kind of like, you know. So with that in mind, we will start with tonight's invocation, and then we'll get right into it. And the invocation is this. Do not trust the one who is pure of heart, for theirs is a purity easily squandered. Trust the one who is pure of ambition. Theirs is a purity both predictable and useful. Sistros Nevet, Sage of Duarte. When last we left the Luminous Beings, they had done something that in my 5 years of running D&D games I have never seen. They took decisive and immediate action successfully. In the course of a single session, these all-star characters decided to explore the station where they found themselves, supposedly 4,000 years later. They met up with an individual who said, "You're not safe here, you should get off of this station immediately," and they said, "Cool." After a brief attempt to find their bodies, which they discovered were not their bodies at all, this woman, Wit Edros, something called a Sith Saber. She's from some organization that has kind of risen, apparently some empire based on order and knowledge. It sounds good to everyone here. She sort of led them down. They found their bodies were not their own, but as they sort of rushed to an escape pod, they were briefly confronted in the distance by Lord Ryth. He sort of tried to call out to them, but they had enough room, even though he seemed to be moving kind of creepily fast, like floating down the corridor or something. Basically, Izdark was like, "Cool, thanks, bye," and just closed the escape pod, which Layala had confirmed was a safe spot. The escape pod blasted off the station. Not only that, landed on Chandrilla, expertly piloted by Lauke, delicately set down on a landing platform, landed an escape pod on a thing,
as you're supposed to do,
and with some kind of vital success. Then Lauke and Layala, these chiss, apparently when you put the chiss to a technical task, and the chips are down on the chiss, they aren't there to mess around. They found a new ship, reset the new ship, the Rhodian Dexterity. I'm not sure if I told you guys that was the name. I think we said that was the name of the vessel. Yeah, we rolled that randomly. The Rhodian Dexterity, which is this vessel, by the way. Here's the gun. Here's the gunboat that you have.
Yes.
You did. This was built hastily Monday morning. So here's your vessel. They got aboard, and then with amazing piloting from Lauke and some very good sort of just like confusion and deception from Izdark to sort of planetary control, they were able to get out of the gravity well. And Lauke and Layala, they have seen these hyperdrives, the way they seem to work here in lesser space. It's a bit different than how it is at home. Wit Edros plotted something in to this hyperdrive, and they escaped. The blue of hyperspace surrounded them, and that is where we will begin as they linked off to a new place. The blue of hyperspace still surrounds you. Lauke, you find yourself standing a little bit further back. You are no longer at the controls. So kind of for you, it's kind of like a weird, like a perspective fade. You're sort of like standing sort of near the back. I'm gonna say Eyes Dark, Lyala, and your name's not that. I don't remember what it is in this moment. What is your name? Sorry.
Boz Cramey.
How can I forget Boz Cramey? It's the shortest of names. Boz Cramey. You are all there's like a maybe like a some level of like a 5-degree shift in your perspectives, as you're all in slightly different positions. With Edros, she's sort of standing up there, kind of like next to the sort of controls of the vessel, kind of next to the con, and just kind of looking at all of you with a smile.
Wait, we're still in hyperspace?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Wow.
Who's at the controls?
No one's at the controls right now, but she's like standing next to the chair, and she's just kind of like looking at all of you, and she sees all of you, and she goes, "Lyala, is that you again?"
Yeah, it's me. What are you smiling about? What happened?
No, nothing. That was very fast.
Did it happen again? Did we swap bodies one more time?
What did we do? Did anyone touch my head tentacles?
No, I do not believe anyone. I do not believe the other you touched her head tentacles at all.
How long have we been in?
I would say about a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. We
Well,
still
that's
have
a long time.
we still have about 6 hours to go on our trip. Maybe get comfortable.
Are we
All
still
right,
going
well-
to the same spot?
Yes.
What about
Let's get comfortable. Why don't you fill us in on the last couple of hours?
what about our other selves? Are they on board with the mission? They know what's going on.
They seem to. I'll phrase it like this. The one in your body, Lauke, sprung up in terror that he was at the controls of a starship. He seems to have no affinity. Lauke, you also notice that that hunting rifle that you originally had and gave to Eyesdark is now back with you.
You can take this.
I immediately grab it back out of his hands.
One thing you both notice is that the knockout darts are not with it.
I feel immediately better though now that once I grab that back in my hands.
Understood.
Feeling
Like
very
your comfort gun.
It is, yes.
Emotional support weapon.
Right.
What is a hunter without a weapon? I mean, it's nothing.
Very good. Yes. So, no. Basically, they appeared. I sort of spoke with them a bit, sort of just explaining that we'd left. They decided to leave me, so they closed the cockpit. They sort of went back down to the rear area of the ship, where they seemed to have a conversation that seemed to last a very long time. She kind of turns to Lauke. I'm pretty sure you did a large amount of the talking, or the other you. And
That's new.
And that, yes, it was the voice I most frequently don't hear. It's the most loquacious otherwise. And then they came back and said they were all right. I offered to stop at a planet called Corsin, which is en route. I offered to stop if they had any concerns, and they said no. We can head on to your destination within the Empire. They're aware that I am a member of the Sith Empire. None of them seem to have any trouble with it. They
Works out pretty well. Works out.
Yes, they ventured forth, and then they, when we were in Corsin, they asked for a moment. I think they maybe they used comms for some communications, and the one in the regular occupant of your body, Boz, made some modifications to the vessel. We're actually, whatever it is put. I think he described it as NOS. He put a NOS boost into our hyperdrive.
I mean, I wasn't a mechanical person 3,000 years ago. Certainly I'm not now.
Right.
Now
of
that they're
course.
3,000 years advanced.
Lyala, you could make a repair check. Do you have a specialized skill in hyperdrives?
No.
Okay,
I
then
do
just
not.
make a standard repair.
Okay. 28, which is a hard success.
Hard success. You've never heard of it, but if you kind of just go look at the hyperdrive, he bypassed a couple stuff, rerouted some things. I guess he was putting in Nas's nitrous oxide. He was just fast and furiousing you a bit, but the ship is now operating faster. So she said, yes, that's sort of all they did. And then they just seemed to speak for a long time, and then we re-entered hyperspace. I said a few words to them, and then you all suddenly looked odd, sort of confused. So they lasted a lot shorter an amount of time that you did. I don't know if it had to do something with like the amount of mental energy they expended in a short time, because we certainly expended a lot of energy. So, anyway, we have about 6 hours left before we get to our destination. So,
Why
don't we all? Do you mind if we have a moment, just the four of us?
I really don't mind. You're all welcome to. I'll stay here. Well, I guess. Actually, if you would prefer, I could go down below and you could stay here in the cockpit, since, Lauke, you are capable of operating a vessel with the other group. I think.
That makes sense to me.
However, this is something we have learned, Lauke. If you ever transfer out while piloting, the person whose body you inhabit has no acumen with piloting.
Which one of them is a pilot, then?
None of them.
Oh.
I was the most accomplished pilot in the group. I believe the one in Boz's body has some degree, or the original body for Boz, I think his name is Doom. He has a bit of piloting ability, but for the most part, no, it is. They are not a particularly...
Right. Well, then maybe you should be in the co-pilot seat if Lauke is piloting.
Right, I assume you're about to have another private conversation you don't want me to hear, which I am not offended by. Yeah. So would you like to have that here, or would you like to go down below and I will stay in the cockpit to make sure that
do it here?
Yeah, we'll do that.
I will go and see if there's any, what kind of refreshments are aboard this vessel that we purloined just 3 hours ago. Yes. For me, it's been, you think it's, you're wondering how many hours passed, I'm just pointing out. Pretty much no time, all on this ship, mostly spent with you all talking about things.
Right.
After you all broke off of a space station and used an escape pod and stole another ship. Never mind. She just goes down and kind of closes the door behind her.
I could do with some calf. It be fine. Okay.
Oh yes, I'll see what they have. She goes down to see what they have.
I want to pull out the recorder immediately and start listening.
All right, Stark. You had left the recorder with 9 recordings, one of which you deleted. The recorder now has 13 recordings on it. It is not currently recording.
Okay.
I suppose we should listen to that first.
Can we validate how long we've been in hyperspace for? With the ship
actually, yes, there is like a cron on the ship, and yes, she was not lying about that. It seems.
What does the odometer say?
Yeah, it seems correct that you've made it to approximately
So I would like to go to. You said there were 9 before.
There were 9 before.
With one that was deleted. Is it marked deleted?
You had deleted one.
Okay.
Deleted one.
Understood.
Yeah. And now you have. Now there is recording 10, 11, 12, 13 on the recorder.
Okay. I want to double check and make sure 9 is still the recording that I last left.
It is. Although I think, strictly speaking, 9. Yes, no, 9 is still just a note. Just a note. Be very careful with this one. She's dangerous, helpful, but dangerous. Do not cross her. That is 9.
Okay.
Recording 7 was deleted. Make a use computer check.
48. Don't think that's going to be good for me. No, that's a fail.
Yeah. Everything seems normal. So yeah, there's 10. Okay. There's 10, 11, 12, 13 are on there.
Then let's start playing at 10.
All right. 10 is hello to you all. I guess the one that did not speak in my body is Lauke. Hello to you specifically. My name is Sanguinary Tembo. I am a scout, as you may have gathered from the weapon of mine that you seem to have given away. I will explain a bit. Our goal was to complete a job. It now seems impossible to complete. We have also, we've lost a valuable asset. And another voice cuts in and goes, almost like a member of the family. Yes, Doom says it is a member of the family member. It is a droid that could test the safety of food and drink and could translate for us. Lyala, you hear a voice going, he's kind of like a good pet. Yeah, so if you could, you sort of were saying that you would help us with our goals. So the first thing you could do to assist us would be to please replace that droid. Because we are now without a protocol droid of any kind. Adelard also had a request, and then it clicks off.
Okay. Next recorder.
I like they went replace the droid, not get it back. Not fuck that guy. Just get us a new one.
I think make a psychology roll.
Okay.
I feel like their understanding of family is a bit different from what mine is, but it's fine by
different
me.
states with different boats.
And ours.
Big galaxy, man.
Yeah.
All of our family is dead at this point, except I suppose you two.
Right, I mean,
But
It's a 16. That's a hard success.
Hard success. Based on the way he said our goals of making money are impossible now, you suspect that they recognize they've left that place. Go ahead, Istar.
did they say our goal of making money or our goals are unattainable now?
Well, they
I'm
didn't say they had to do a job.
They said our job was to complete our goal was to complete a job. That may actually be a transcription part because Pierce talks too fucking fast. So they did explain they're simply interested in like earning. They wanted to earn credits and do a job, and you've made that impossible because you've left the place where that job was. So
Perfect.
They said the first thing could be to start this if you play. But Boz, you kind of get the sense that they recognize they're not going back to that. They perhaps they're assuming you left it in the circumstance where if they returned, they would not be well, etc.
Right. Yeah. It's probably a correct assumption.
Adelard speaks, or the next voice on here is an Eyesdark is in your vocoder box. I believe Eyesdark Strauss inhabits my body when we switch. I would request you not mess with my vocabulator settings. But more importantly, we'd like to know more about the process we would go through to have you removed from our bodies. We'd all like to get back to our original bodies. That may not be possible for you, so we'd like to learn more about it before we do so. The recording.
I think you should fuck with this voice box.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it would be pretty fucking funny. Not gonna lie.
Make it high pitched.
Right.
Real
Make it so that like when he starts talking, he goes, "Oh no! What happened to my voice box? Oh dear!" As is how I assume.
Yes, of course. I will do this as much as I possibly can. This is absolutely something that I must try to do as much as possible.
Dude, that's fucking funny, mate.
I could always do it in the other way as well and get it nice and low. Whatever is most most comfortable for you all while I'm here, and then making sure to switch it right before I leave this body again. We're trying to do it as best as possible.
You'll never know when you're leaving.
That's wonderful.
I love it. That is the end of that recording.
She reminds me of that Emperor's New Groove. Is that my place? Is that me? But she turns into a cat.
Oh yeah.
Is that what I sound like?
Spoilers. Oh my god.
That's been out for 20 years.
Yeah. That shit's almost as old as I am.
Just had a quarter life crisis. Go on.
Do you play the next recording?
Yes. Can I? I want to make a couple checks first, if I can.
Please.
I'd like to do an appraisal roll on the gun, since it sounded like it was important to so-and-so. And I'd also like to do... I know they're not here, so I don't know how...
Because you are basing it solely on his audio, you're going to need an audio and a voice that's... Let's say you need a hard success.
A hard success?
A hard success, yeah.
Okay. That would be a hard success.
The gun, which, you're 4,000 years out, but you look it over, you get how this gun works. Apparently they haven't really updated tech that much at the time. You don't think this seems it's not a it's like a good gun. It's a perfectly good sporting rifle. It's not as good as like a Trandoshan sporting rifle or even any other specific sporting rifle. It's just a sporting rifle. With that role, you suspect the reason it is valuable to him is because he wants to have a gun. He wants to have like a good rifle in his hand. It's not about if you had a working Trandoshan one and that was in his hands, he'd be fine.
It doesn't mean the same to him as my gun meant to me.
That is absolutely the truth.
Okay. And then, sorry.
And again, you don't have the tranquilizer darts.
Right.
Those were not back on lock. You don't know where those are. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I would like to do is a psychology roll or some kind of roll to figure out how important it is. I'm going off what you said about them wanting to make money, and how important of a goal that is for them. Like, is that a driving force in their psychology type of thing?
Go ahead and make a psychology roll. Actually, wait. Do you want to listen to everything before you do that, so you've heard from more of them?
Yeah, that sounds great. Actually, yeah, I'll do that.
Let's get through.
I suppose there's a couple things that Izark wants to do. He wants to know what their motivations are, and this is kind of what he does. He wants to know their motivations and he wants to know their pressure points. So anything he can get to help him manipulate them.
We'll say that you listen to the rest of it kind of with that more in mind. It's 2 more brief recordings. It's all you have left. The next one is that it's Boz's voice speaking, but with this strange new cadence going, "Hey, I'm Doom Toronto. Whoever fixed the ship up did a really good job fixing the ship up. So I'm gonna leave some special sauce for you to find in the hyperdrive. But I love what you did with the place. Feels good. Doesn't say it feels like family. He stops the recording. The final recording.
Surprised he did not say it felt like home. Seems like a on point kind of statement he would make.
The final recording is in Layala's voice. Can I please have my clothes back? I don't know who picked this outfit out, but it is not it. Where are my robes? Where are my silks? This is my worst outfit. Can I please be in some better clothes? I don't even understand why this was in my garments. Thank you.
Okay.
You've seemed to upset her.
Well, she just upset me. Why are people always commenting on my fashion sense? I don't even care about fashion. I'm good with machines, not with clothes.
I think that might be the problem, actually. Yeah.
What?
Like the fact that you don't care about fashion is her problem.
Well, we've got bigger issues. Isn't she more concerned about her, I don't know, body being inhabited by a stranger every now and again? I mean, and she's worried about robes?
Everyone has
clearly
their own
not.
priorities.
Yes, that's true.
This person is just really into fashion.
Some people are obsessed about the dead family members that are 4,000 years old and a galaxy away.
We're not
we all have our different priorities.
We're talking about like your sister's kids. You know what I mean? That's who we're talking about. We're talking about legacy. We're not talking about immediate family.
Right. My point exactly.
Oh. Like slumped down on a crate.
I mean, like that. I'm not saying that your fashion sense isn't important. Honestly, I couldn't care less. I'm just saying she might care, but I'm not sure how much that's actually going to affect our mission. So it might not be important. We could just ignore it.
The boss is right. I have no criticism on your goals and objectives in this. I think that is fine. You can pursue whatever it is you wish. The point is that understanding what a person wants helps you to get what you want out of them. We understand that your person wants to look nice and dress well. If we need her cooperation, that might be important to keep in mind.
Right, it's just like hunting the beastie. You just got to know what they eat. You got to get what they want in front of them. And then you can tell them where to go, where to be, when to do it. All those things.
Very true. You follow the salt, the water, the
Okay,
food.
well, fine. It sounds like
And then you
y'all
find the
are
prey.
very adept at fashion. So I'll tell y'all what, you can help me pick out an outfit when we find some. How about that?
All right, yeah, I'll do that. That was a great time.
Lauke is just shaking his head.
Shut up,
I'll say,
Lauke.
Eyes Dark, though, this now is a great time for you to make a psychology roll. Having discussed that and sort of listened to everything they've recorded you.
It's going to be a hard success.
A hard success. Great. With a hard success, you know what? I'm going to roll it against Mr. Tembo. I'm going to let him do that. He wasn't really putting too much into it, but let's just... He's a 10, it's fine. If I roll a 1 or a 2... I don't. Isaac, you get the sense that they are speaking about the money they've lost. They're talking about droids they're replacing. The four of them seem to have different motivations. Sanguinary, the person who spoke in Lauke's voice, seems to be coming at this from a very kind of like strategic position. You almost think that it's possible that they do want you to. He legit, they do need a protocol droid, and they do need a means of making the money that they were hoping to make, and they do all care about it. But they are deeply now confused about what's going on, and they're almost kind of giving you guys like a test to see if you actually are going to be at all cooperative or helpful, or if you're just ghost possessing them going after your goals. You get the sense that Doom Toronto is a much more sort of laid back person. You get the sense that Adelar Dunaire, in whose body you currently reside, is not. He is a very, he wants things to be done just so. Hence him kind of talking more about like he's not dissembling. He's like, tell us the details of what it is you're trying to accomplish with this body transference. And then again, yes, Lyala's priorities do seem to be more material. She's a material girl.
Understood.
Material girl.
So yes, that is what you all have listened to.
Are there timestamps like on the recordings of when they were?
I guess there technically would be, and they seem to have been made, about an hour ago. Yeah.
It's consistent with the timeline.
Yeah, it's a pretty clear timeline that you guys phased out. They listened to all your recordings. They talked a long time. They recorded those things. They talked some more, and now you're here.
Good.
Right, so I suppose we should try and record really quickly. Right, we got it. We're going to try on our next stop to find a protocol droid to replace your lost friend. And on top of that, maybe we'll try to get some more fashion accessories and stuff. We just want you to know that we're on the same side, that kind of thing.
Are you saying that, or is that what you would like me to say?
I mean, we should probably put that in the recording. I don't have the recorders, so.
Okay, then I will paraphrase what Boz says.
Okay, cool. So a basic recording, just like, we'll try to do those things.
I will basically say, I will stay off the specifics, but I will say that we have heard your concerns, and we care. Inhabiting this body is not our choice or desire either. And so that we will do our best to make you all feel comfortable so that we can be cohabitants in a mutually beneficial relationship until we can divide ourselves from these bodies.
All right.
It is clear that neither you nor us can do this alone, so we must work together. It will be beneficial in that sense. I do not know the details of this body transformation process, but as soon as we find it out, we shall share that with you. But I think it is clear that working with the Sith Lord is a good avenue to get the result we want.
Well, she's not a Sith Lord, right? She's a Sith Saber, she said? She's not I don't know what the difference is, but...
I have found that often upgrading someone's rank is a good way to get in their favors. We do not know if they are going to replay this with her there or just us.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yes.
Fair enough, all right.
All right. So
No,
with
that's all on the recording.
So with that recorded, you have a few hours in hyperspace left. Are there any other conversations you want to have now?
I think it is important that we get on the same page as far as what we are going to do next.
I assume our first point of order is to get bodies for ourselves.
Well,
So,
possibly, but
do we know what planet we're going to in particular? Is it Roman costs? So we're going to somewhere else?
You could make a stellar navigation check, I guess. Just looking around.
All right, I can do my best. Can't guarantee much. Let's see. Navigation, stellar navigation is 1.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how this goes. Right, it's a 27. That's a failure.
You're like, we're in hyperspace. It's all.
Right, does anybody know how to read these things?
Layala, you can read. At this point, however, there's a chime on the door, like a ding bong, and after a moment, the doors open. She has a little like thing of like a little pitcher of calf and some cups, wit, and just says, "Yes, there is a calf. In fact, there you are.
oh, perfect.
Calf
Thank you.
machine. Everything all right in here?
Yes.
So far, is so good.
Very good. Well, we will. We should be at our journey. If you still need more alone time, I'm happy to provide that. I may go try to meditate a little further.
No. Well, actually, what would these the Twi'leks? What is fashion for them?
Oh.
Isdark just face palms.
Did you get dressed in the morning?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I did. This is.
I understand. Yes. We are going to Svolton. It is a rather luxurious world, and my mistress, Darth Needle, is actually a Twi'lek herself. So she has.
Okay.
She and her various people who work for her have many lovely garments I'm sure you could borrow or take.
Right. Does she happen to have protocol droids on hand as well that we could?
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Protocol droids.
Apparently, our counterparts
yes.
are very
She was
desperate
very
for those
upset
things.
about the lacking protocol droids.
Yeah, it's like a pet. Like she's attached.
Yeah, it's like a fancy Roomba or something. Not quite sure.
Yes, I don't know that she would have any she could provide you with, but, well,
Could we find one?
yes, there are certainly some to be purchased in Svolitha.
Is it normal for someone to just throw away a droid and buy a new one?
We didn't throw it away. We left it.
You
Right,
all,
we did abandon it. It's a very different.
You all abandoned her droid. She was quite upset about it.
Well, in our defense, the droid was very annoying.
Super annoying.
Were you
actually
able to
forgot about it.
explain how what kind of a time crunch we were on at the time?
Also, don't tell her we said that.
Right, yeah, that's probably between you and us, in confidence.
Of course. But just, well, I'll make you. I feel that you are entitled to a certain degree of privacy, as are they. So.
Sure.
But we were the ones who busted you out of there.
All right, to
You're
be
the ones
fair,
who
we
gave
kind
me
of
reason
busted
to
each other.
leave. Yes. You may want to, one thing you might want to do when regaining consciousness is check any personal transmitting devices. Just to see.
Personal what?
Can I check?
Sure. You guys can pull
Personal
out
what devices?
your comms.
Oh, right.
Oh, perhaps they didn't have comms of universal comm receivers. She kind of. You guys can all find. You all do have comms.
Oh,
The fuck is this?
It's a transmission device between. You can contact one another. Layala, make a use computers check.
Okay.
It's sort of like what a Questus would be for you guys, but it's just for communicating.
Right, yeah.
57. Where is? I think that was a fail.
A 57.
Yeah.
It's under mental talents. It would not shock me if the 4,000-year-old woman does not know how to use a smartphone. That's fine.
Could I
use-
try the
Oh yeah, that was a
computer?
fail. That was very fail.
That was amazing method acting right there,
Yeah.
by the way.
She just kind of says, well, in any case, just be aware that those devices can be used to contact one another, using the other names, of course.
So
do you
wait, I'm
still-
sorry. How does this work? Do I just go, Boz? Boz, can you hear me?
Honestly,
Do I, like,
for
start
you and
sticking in my
Boz,
nose or something?
for you and Boz, it's probably a little bit more like you've seen something like it. The idea that everyone's carrying around their own is sort of surprising. So you could probably look at
understand.
it and see there's like, oh, I see, I cycle through, etc.
It's like what we had, but like a tenth of the size. That's
Tenth of the
marvelous.
size, and it can go everywhere, and it has
Right,
games
yeah.
on it.
Very impressive. This would
But
help
very-
a lot in our ambushes and hunts, yeah? Coordination
Totally,
would
yeah.
be much easier.
It's mighty nifty, yeah.
Anyway, talk about the hunt later. Let's see if they talk to us. How do you do this?
Right, so you
For
press this
example,
button over
yes, she kind of comes over. Let me show you recent calls or recent transmissions, and she flicks it, and you find that you had one incoming transmission and one outgoing transmission, both of them to a sort of comm unit labeled as Psalm 34.
Do I recognize that?
Mm,
I
okay.
know. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you, Lauren, know who Psalm 34 is?
I remember it being referenced, but I don't remember in which game. So I know Lyala does not know anything about it.
Make a miscellany roll then. That's under knowledge. General miscellany.
That is a 9.
Oh, then that is the name of the fucking droid.
Oh. Oh. Can I play it?
It's if you hit it, it doesn't do anything because you're in hyperspace. But you're not playing a recording. You're trying to make a phone call.
Oh,
It's just saying out of
so
service.
it's just getting like a bunch of little like.
Bring, bing, 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 bring, bring, bing, bring. No service. Cannot connect to HoloNet. Cannot connect to HoloNet. Yeah.
Okay.
She goes, okay, that's never just.
Okay.
You're
I'll just
you're a repair person. I see. You're a mechanical.
4,000. You know,
It's fine.
give me a break.
Do I have any calls?
None of the rest of you have any outgoing transmissions recently, no. I don't think, actually. Wait. Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of them did, so yeah. Yep, nobody else did anything with, So, do you want to continue waiting here alone, or shall I take over the helm?
I think it might be nice to have just a couple of minutes so we can confer quickly, and then I believe it should not be a problem. It's nothing too
No, it's
private,
fine. I'm
but-
just sort of. Do you want me back at the comm, or would you prefer? I mean, there's much more space out of the cockpit. It's the four of you cramped in here.
You
if
know
you're
what, that is-
comfortable.
Why don't we let her fly the ship for a little bit, and then we can maybe explore this space that we have not seen fully.
Sure.
And
Sure.
Right, yeah,
So
this
she
is-
have a
kind of.
conversation.
So she'll kind of.
Lauke, you're going to be okay with that?
Oh, reluctantly.
I noticed a bit of sweat coming down.
It's fine. I won't.
Be okay, mate.
We're in hyperspace, so I'll summon you if we are pulled out of it for any reason. So basically, you guys can sort of step out, and she'll close the doors, and now you are in this much larger. It's not very kind of like the sort of. You can sort of up here, like the bulk of the ship is just this kind of long thing with just multiple like gun turrets sticking out the side. I don't really know what it's like. That's one, I guess. I don't care. Anyway, that's what they're supposed to be. These gun turrets, but there's like amongst the gun turrets, there's no real like other rooms. There's like a little refresher at the back. There's like fold down, like bunks, and there's like some chairs and fold down couches and things in the walls. Or you can even literally sit, like you can spin the chair around and sit, backwards with the guns behind you if you want to.
I would like to go into the refresher.
Yeah.
And this sounds weird, but I want to like lift up my shirt and like look and at my like arms and stuff, and just see, is there any writing anywhere on my body?
Writing? Make a
Yeah.
look roll. It's interesting.
This memento.
What'd you roll?
8.
there is no writing anywhere on your body. So go ahead and click look, and also I think unclick smell taste. I think that was from last time.
Oh.
Yeah. But you did succeed at that, so well enough.
Is there any sort of like implement that would be able to write on skin then?
Sure, there exist like grease pencils or things. She might have tattoos. I can't speak to that, but there's no like inked or grease penciled or whatever.
No memento.
No memento
type stuff.
No.
Okay, can I will put my clothes back on, my unfashionable clothes that everyone seems to fucking hate.
Functional.
I didn't say
Functional.
anything.
Exactly. And I'll have I'll just have a pen and put it in my pocket just to.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, the rest of you sort of see look the ship over. Lyala had already seen it when she, gave it the check before you guys left. So yeah, it all seems it's a much more functional than comfortable vessel. But, Boz and Eyesdark have certainly slept in worse. And Lauke, it's a ship. What do you care? It's a ship. It handles fine.
Handles like a dream.
And, yeah, but for when you're at the controls, handles like a dream. Yes. So
It seems to me that we have our goals have not changed for us. We still wish to get you to communication with your peoples, and for all of us to get our bodies back. But we now have that information about the other side of ourselves, our lesser house, as one might say. And we should try, I think, to endeavor to help them along their goals too, which would be to, from what I can tell, is to gain wealth, as well as another droid, and perhaps some more clothing that is more fashionable for today's time and place. We are out of time. It is not a problem to not look our best right now.
I will never understand. But yes, sure. As long as I can run in it, it might get some grease on it at some point. I don't know, but fine. I'll wear fancy clothes. Anyway, depending on the status of our family, who I know you have an issue with us caring about it, but
It is fine.
our family within the Chiss ascendancy were quite
Kind of a big deal.
yeah. So in regard to wealth, perhaps in regard to, I don't know how they've advanced. I'm assuming pretty well at this point, but we might be able to get some stuff. But although we might have some difficulties on account of we don't look Chiss. But
Right, but if we got new bodies, then maybe you could
yeah.
get Chiss.
Also,
Is there
just
something
as
you can
important,
say? Like,
just as important is not just having that wealth, because for us, that does not matter. I do not care if we get a droid or not. These people do not really matter to me. They are merely occupying this body half of the time. So I want them
Yes.
to be on our side.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying it might just be easier to just give them money.
Uh,
Right.
But
Are you
this
saying-
promise of potential wealth is a very good thing. This is something we can give to them
Oh
as
well,
a
no,
carrot.
we can't
help us
guarantee it. We don't know the status of our family.
Right,
don't-
but like
Or
They
that
don't
they'll
need to
it's
know
a
that.
believe our
possible avenue through which they could be compensated, as you're saying. Is there
Exactly.
something you could do if you get like a new body that isn't Chiss? Something you could say to them that would convince them that you're Chiss?
I mean, we know things about the Chiss from 4,000 years ago when we really didn't venture out into the chaos. So
Maybe you have like an uncle or a cousin that's still has survived.
well,
time?
families are a little complicated. We
I
don't
don't
know
know if
who
I live
stuck
there.
around with the Stybla'uk'eanuro and who joined, and it's complicated. But we'll cross
Well-
that bridge when we get to it.
At least we have an possible avenue to fulfill their desires and keep them happy.
Possibly.
Until we can split.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like we should, just so we are all on the same page, I feel like our goal here is not, it does not involve them other than the fact that they are in our bodies some of the time. If we have to eliminate their personalities I think that's okay for us.
I mean,
But all
I
of
like this
our
body.
dealings with them should have that in mind, that we only need them to help us achieve our goals.
oh, absolutely. I mean,
And we are
I'd like to help them, but if it's them
Of
or
course.
us, it's us.
Well, absolutely.
agreed. I also do feel like, though, maybe we should ensure that our Sith friend does not understand our personal motivations as much. I'm sure she will be able to understand a lot of it just by watching us, but perhaps we don't, tell her we do not care about the other side of our bodies, yeah?
Right, yeah. I get your drift.
Seems like we are in agreement.
So,
Another
goal
successful
number one.
negotiation.
Right. So
Rubber
goal
stamp.
number one is to separate, or at least gain agency in our own bodies, whether it be
Yes.
this one or a new one.
I think
Well,
we
it
also
is-
have to
Oh.
know what happened, so that it, we can.
That's a step. Yeah.
Perhaps. Just avoid the pink lightning in the future, and we should be okay.
Right, yeah. Is there like a common occurrence? I haven't had it before.
I don't know. I ain't never seen that before.
Anyone could make a science roll if they wish to check.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
Maybe I
can do it.
have.
Do it.
Who knows? 63.
Oh.
Nope.
I think that's good.
Oh,
Wait.
that's a success, actually.
It's a fail.
I rolled a
normal
14.
success.
I rolled a 14. Fail.
With a normal success, Boz, you are not familiar with that.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
Do we have money to buy this droid and this clothes that they want us to do?
If you look in your pockets, actually, you have whatever it would be under inventory, under force talents. You
Right, I
have,
got 800 credits. How much
You-
does the droid
you have whatever credits they had.
I've got 1,000.
It's probably enough for a droid, right? It was enough for a droid back in my time. Although,
Yeah.
I suppose
Well,
inflation
we
is
didn't have
probably...
droids.
I wonder how inflation has affected things.
You
I
know
have
what?
0
I'm glad-
credits. Who does not carry money?
You have 0 credits. Oh, because you have things like solder recorders. Because that's how Tyler does it.
It's fine. I should say this one last thing. By the way, I do not know if you all picked up on this, but they were only in our bodies for 3 hours. It is possible that we are already taking over these bodies and gaining control.
Right, well, I mean, until that happens, we should try to keep them happy. But that is a possibility.
Agreed. But something to keep in mind.
I mean,
Right.
I will not complain if this is my body. I got extra sensory organs. It's great. It's a good
See, I
time.
do too, and I don't like them.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Well,
But they
into it,
look
but-
so nice as he kind of flips one.
Stop doing that.
This body's certainly more functional, but I miss my old one.
Well,
Shall we
We're
go back to the
sensitive.
cockpit and wait out the rest of our journey?
Yeah, let's get to the destination.
Right, yeah.
very well. Then if you guys sort of relax for a few more hours here, about
I'll
5
go back.
hours at this point. You of course will go to the thing. She's sort of happy.
It's been itching to go back.
Oh, if you open the door lock, it's the door locks. Ellie, get the door locks. No, if you kind of lock, if you open the door, you will see that she is like sitting, with your look. Actually, you sort of see this. Wit has her legs crossed. She's like sitting with her legs, like hovering about 6 inches over the chair, the console chair. Upon hearing you, though, she kind of just like, in a very like lithe movement, just sort of steps forward and says, "Oh, did you want to sit back here now?"
Were you just floating?
Yes.
Is that normal?
Yes, I use the Force. I meditate. I find my center, my balance. I connect with my passion. And yes, I can hover sometimes while in a meditative state.
Can I hover if I meditate? And then I'll close my eyes and do this. How does it work?
Concentrate.
Right, I want to try. Yeah, let's try it.
I don't think you're doing it right.
I was once told you have to quiet your mind. Mine won't shut up, so that
She
might be
says,
the issue
just,
Really, I am
Just-
head empty.
Just be quiet. Lyala, you feel your feet lift off the surface of the ship. Boz, you feel the same.
Can I insight this?
Oh,
No, I mean, if you're looking eyes dark, you just see
I'm looking.
she's just with a smirk, kind of just going.
All right.
here.
She's just
No,
hovering.
I didn't.
are you doing this?
Of
I
course.
didn't like that.
Of course.
That's a fancy trick.
Yeah.
I learned how to do that. I've never heard of anyone. I've never heard of anyone but the Jedi do.
Well,
Is this something that you can teach?
you would probably be aware the Sith have. Oh, that's right, you haven't. Ha ha!
No,
Sweet.
the Sith did not exist.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, she goes, yes, well. She kind of lets the two of you down. The Sith began as an offshoot of the Jedi. We use different techniques than theirs. We're not as restrictive, dogmatic, and
Thank Varric.
they are rather orthodox. For the Sith, it is more about following your heart, following your passion, learning. So,
That sounds more like my kind of thing.
Oh.
Honestly, all the Jedi I met were sticks in the mud.
Indeed.
they remain that way, but now the Jedi have committed genocides.
Oh,
So,
Oh no.
Dear.
in pursuit of their eradication of the dark side.
wait, against who?
Well, against Sith, for example, and others who stood with us.
Like the
That doesn't sound like the Jedi I know. They seem pretty uptight and hoity-toity. Good at two shoes.
Oh, are you familiar with... We were just aboard a cathedral ship. I don't know if any of you are historians of the ancient times, but have you ever
We lived
heard-
it.
Well, ancient even for you. The cathedral
Oh,
ship
wow.
predates your existence by nearly 6,000 years. Have you heard the tragedy of the Order of Garn?
No, I haven't.
There was an
Yes,
order
I-
on a planet called Garn. They called themselves the Terrible Glare. They had beautiful pyramids of green. Amazing pyramids that rose from their lush and verdant planet. The Jedi, believing them to be heretical, rained down biological weaponry on the planet, killing all life. This is something you will not find in the public records of the Jedi, but rest assured the Sith, those who were Jedi once, oh, they remembered.
Can I insight this?
Please.
I don't know what the role is in this system.
It's a psychology.
Psychology.
This is why the Chiss, we minded our own business.
Yes.
I want to use the force point. Can I replace the tens place with the
I love it.
thing? And...
I think you spend 2 force points for that, but yes, you absolutely can.
All right, yeah. Okay, so I can replace it with a D6 because I have the.
You can, so you could roll a d6 instead on your psychology. But remember, if you roll a 6 and a 0, you have rolled a fumble, which is amazing.
Right, yeah.
But it's a psychology, so who cares?
That's an 11, which is a. I'm gonna use one luck point just in case to make an extreme
An
success.
extreme success, understood. So with a luck point, so you don't get to click that, but well done getting there. It's not like you think she's usually sort of lying, but everything she's saying here, she's like, the way she's saying this, she's like, it's almost like every word I'm saying, this is, yes, every word of this is true. With an extreme success, you could understand that perhaps there's a bit more nuance and, and perhaps she's leaving out some details, but if she's saying that she is not lying, the Jedi used biological warfare to wipe out this order of the terrible glare on a planet called Garn. In the time
it's mighty fucked up.
It is. So, in that case, yes, Lauke, please stand by. I will stay here in case, as you say, in the co-pilot seat. She kind of sits in that seat in case you lose yourself in the music, the moment. You own it.
Have the Jedi ever attacked the Chiss? You said that you were allies.
The Sith are allies, as far as we know. The Jedi are unaware of your ascendancy. For now. So. She just kind of sets back, and with that.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So with that, a few hours pass, and your ship returns to real space. In the Svolton system. You see in a sort of you see that you are approaching a planet that seems very sort of blue but cloudy. And as you sort of enter the atmosphere, you do see there are several powerful looking warships up here, like big dreadnought cruisers. And she says, home again in the Empire. And she leans over and just starts broadcasting like so many, like clearance codes and putting in various, I'm just security is important, so I'm just making sure we're not blasted, I'm going to be using
Right, seems like you take your security quite seriously in the Empire.
Well, there is a war on between the Republic and the Empire. She kind of moves the ship down, and you go to enter the atmosphere. You see that the planet is largely covered in thick clouds. They're like navy blue. The clouds themselves are sort of deep blue in color, and very thick sort of rain falls from them. And as you sort of crest down, you see before you, spreading out, filling your whole field of vision, one large island continent appears to be coast to coast a single city. And she is sort of leading you in that direction. This is our home. This is Svolitha. It is an Eperopolis, so not like Coruscant, if any of you or
By Eperopolis, do you mean another word that I might know?
Oh, of course. An ecumenopolis is something that it's a term we use for planets like Taurus or Coruscant that are cities.
Right, like when the whole city is the whole planet.
The whole planet is one big city. But an Eperopolis is a continent, a landmass. The oceans are intact, but the entire continent is a single city. And we are going, if you see here, she kind of transmits a couple codes.
Would Sheila have been like that?
I don't think so, no. I think they were... They're much too, like, artistic to,
do that.
Yeah, they would have been. So let me check this here. Okay. She sort of looks through and says, yes, we are going there. And she kind of gestures to something on, like, the far west of this continent. You see there's, like, a little island next to it that you guys are going to. We are going to Needle Point, stronghold of Darth Needle.
There's a lot of needle references.
Well, I'm sensing a theme here.
Well, she named her stronghold after herself. That's...
I mean, I figured that.
Understandable to do.
Is the stronghold a giant needle?
No, but they are rather sharp towers. Needle-like.
Right.
She kind of guides you through, and you do see that you are approaching these tall, very thin towers that look like they are of basalt, but they are covered in, like, neon lights that kind of are, like big strips of neon lights in varying sort of flashing colors. There's a lot of neon over on the Eperopolis as well. She says,
very
this
Arzak.
is a... very what?
Arzak.
Or, I'm not sure
like
what that...
Mobius.
Yeah, sure. Yes, definitely that. She'll sort of mention as she's piloting you over. Svolton is a for the Empire, it's a bit of a pleasure planet, but it has it has some strategic values as well. She sort of is guiding you guys sort of toward the thing, and I am going to give her the courtesy.
Is it like Risa?
No, it's more like it's more like Pleasure Island from Pinocchio. It's like Vegas or Macau. It's like a gambling mecca kind of thing.
Okay.
It's Vegas.
Yes, and she sort of is just, but she says, Lauke, you may certainly, you may take us down, so you can sort of land. No roll is even required for that, unless you're trying to do something fancy.
You say this is a gambling place. Is it fine if we had weapons on us? Or?
We are the Sith.
Right, I still don't really know.
Yeah, I'd rather have a little something just
Yes,
in case.
please keep yourselves armed.
Right, all right.
Do I still have the blaster pistol from Boz, or does Boz
Yeah.
have it back? Right.
Yeah, he didn't take that, but that was fine. Yeah, the only thing that was like, no, mine was the rifle. So as you all, your ship lands on this kind of very tall platform, water raining down. She kind of says, "Yes, this is Sith Saber-Wit Edros. I have returned with some high-value guests. Very, very happy to introduce them to her lady directly." A word comes back over the thing. Stand by. Actually, this would all be in a language none of you speak. But she sort of pauses.
Can I translate it?
Yeah, sure. Make a translation roll as you're sort of just like surreptitiously. Yeah.
What's a translation roll? Is that?
It is knowledge. You get to lose your linguistics in your under knowledge. Yeah.
It's a fail. It's a fail.
It is Sith. It's like you're like, what the? Wait, which? No, that can't be right. Cancel subjunctive analysis. Just you're etc.
But I have a translator. Is that not something I can use?
You get to use your linguistics because you have the translator.
Understood.
You were using it, and she kind of smirks as you're trying to do that. She says, "You'll pick it up. Don't worry. Most people here do speak basic anyway. Even so, I'm a little bit surprised that they're not quicker to welcome me here."
Do our accents sound weird and basic since it's been 4,000 years? I'm just wondering.
Yes. She kind of pauses for a moment.
Good to know.
Oh my god. Nope, that's what she rolled. It's fine. She rolled a 99, which for her is only a normal success. So she says, "Yes, well, I suppose shall we go in?"
Yes.
She kind of you guys all walk down. The thing opens, kind of this blue, it's night. It's like dark blue rain. The neon sort of glowing on the other towers, and you guys walk out. And she says, "I wonder if the Atui will come out to meet us." Interesting.
Pardon
What
me?
now?
Oh, that's her personal guard, the Atui. It's another needle pun. Don't worry about it. She sort of starts walking to sort of one of the gates, sort of like a turbo lift door type thing. And as you guys are walking towards it, it spins open, and there is a figure standing in it. Male, biped, about 6'2".
Greetings.
She pauses immediately.
I grip my rifle.
My hands on my gun.
This figure sort of steps out into the rain, and as he grows closer, you see he is an incredibly pale, sort of looks like a human, but much of his body, kind of underneath sort of the black cloak flowing behind him, seems to be like droid parts, including everything of his head above this level. And sort of where there is actually like his head is like split, so you can actually see all the way through his head. There are sort of like two kind of like red glowing sensors there as he sort of just walks forward, and he's got like this like almost like slit going through.
Friend of yours?
No, get on the ship. Get on the ship now. Get back on.
All right.
Okay.
And
I
she
start
says,
backing up.
she sort of calls out. She's gonna do this in basic, so for purposes. She'll say, "Lord Obdurate, to what do we owe the pleasure?" The only response. She pulls her own.
He's got one of yours.
The ship, and she suddenly this guy rushes forward. So, because the guns are out, we are entering a combat sequence in truth.
Oh snap!
So the way this works, my friends, is that in a combat sequence, so just kind of a recap, this is not a turn-based situation. We are basically now going to sort of describe a like a 2 or 3 minute action scene in the movie. You're all going to choose what it is you're doing for this combat sequence. Then we'll sort of make the rolls. Because it is known that he's coming for you, and she kind of warned you. He, ignited in the rain and begins moving forward, and she's now igniting. Your side does get to sort of be the attacking side. We'll, and kind of since this is our first one, I'll sort of talk you guys through how this works. Basically, everyone, before anyone makes any rolls, you are all going to decide what you want to do in this combat sequence. You can be as simple as, like, I run on the ship and prepare to fly us away. It can be as complicated as I want to shoot at this person and anybody else who should, like, basically, the more things you do, the more penalties you're going to get on all of them.
Does drawing count in this?
No, in this system, it's like a whole action scene. It's like fighting means you're drawing and dodging and doing everything. Yeah, there's no need for quick drawing, stuff like that. The question is basically, in the scene of the movie, like, how many different things are we following your character doing? That's what it means.
Okay.
So, and you guys kind of in an almost meta way, you kind of for a couple minutes, you can sort of converse about any, you guys, I'll let you guys sort of talk strategy overall. You get the sense that she is going to go lightsaber fight. So you know that that's what she's doing, and this guy seems like he's going to lightsaber fight. But what do you all want to do?
I mean, I think our first priority is to keep her alive, because she's our lifeline here. We don't know anything about this place.
Okay.
We don't have entry codes. We don't have anything to do. We'd be trapped on this planet with no knowledge without her.
Okay.
So we need to keep her alive. Second, probably to get away. Also, we probably don't want to die. So I think my objective will be to cover her. First, I want to check around, see if there are any people advancing on us, or if it's just this one guy. I want to look and listen around. And if there's anyone else trying to reinforce, I want to snipe them before they get the ship to do anything.
Understood. So basically, you would like for your role to be getting back towards the ship, like helping her, but you want to cover her from other people, basically.
Right. I mean, if there aren't any other people, I want to start shooting at this.
So you're going to basically make a normal attack roll, shooting, but kind of, and you get a little bit of movement for free. So it's basically you guys haven't gotten that far off the ship. So you're.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I interrupt here? And I think Izdark would immediately call out to Boz one of their code things that they would have that they would do.
You two
A safe
certainly
word?
can have.
Y'all have
Yeah.
a safe word?
It's not a safe word. It's not a safe. It's like Form 57.
Right. It's a safe word, huh?
Yeah.
Trandashan B. Where it's like
Right,
but the idea I think would be the same thing. I had the same exact thought of want to help her take down this guy, but the main goal is to get us back on the ship and cover our retreat. We both have the gun, so we're gonna keep any threats at bay. And if there are no other additional threats, then it'd be taking this guy down. I think that's about what you're saying, right, Buzz?
Yep, exactly. We're in tune as always, Einstein.
Absolutely.
All
Well,
right.
we know how to take down a foe that is bigger than us.
These scraps, yeah.
Indeed.
So in other words,
And this won't be our last. We did not come 4,000 years in the future just to die here on this cold planet.
I haven't hunted a Dark Jedi before. Honestly, I'm a bit excited.
My heart is already beating. Both of them.
Well, y'all have fun with that. Lauke, my sticks are not present, and I don't know how they'd hold up against those. So we should get back.
Get back to the ship.
And
Is there
I
is
will-
there a gun you could get to
I have
on
a
the ship
blast,
and point it at
Yeah.
him?
but
There's-
you would be in the.
Lyala,
Or she
you
would
could
be in the.
go get in
Yeah.
a turret if you
Yeah.
want to, sure.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
But also wouldn't shoot at this person until he actually,
Yeah.
does something.
All right.
Right, but they're about to go.
So-
Okay, what's
Other
that?
opposite.
Give us a signal to shoot.
Okay, so in other words, basically,
Here's the signal. Shoot! Shoot now!
I can't hear in the ship.
my understanding is Boz and Icedark are
Shoot
going
it now.
to run back and take some shots, covering in case anyone else pops up. Also, sort of like suppressing at this guy to kind of help Wit. Lyala, you're going to get on the ship, get to a turret. You'll maybe take some shots if necessary if anybody comes for you.
Yeah.
And Lauke, you're going to get into the pilot seat, ready to go.
Go for the ship.
Right, yeah.
And-
um,
And
If
yes,
This is
needed,
very-
can fire some.
This is very much a get back on the Millennium Falcon and get off.
everyone
of the
get on the
Death
Millennium
Star.
Falcon. So Lauke,
Yeah.
basically, so you know, Lauke, if you kind of like have to wind up shooting, you'll be rolling a penalty on your shot and a penalty on your flight, because you'll be sort of multitasking. But that's fine. I know what your stats are. That seems like a good
We got
plan. Boz and Icedark, you guys are going to be taking some shots to kind of mess with this stuff. Lyala, you're going to be basically taking some shots in case there's trouble. Okay. So, this is how combat works. You guys described all of that. Now we're going to sort of make the rolls and see how it comes out. I will say Boz and Icedark, you'll probably be doing like the first, pew-pews here. So, why don't you guys
Sure.
roll attack rolls using
Do I
whatever
also
rifle? Go ahead.
need to make look and listen rolls to see if.
Oh,
there-
you
like,
did
if
say
I
you
can
were going.
spot other-
You said you wanted to spot people. That's right. Go ahead
Right.
and make a look or listen roll.
Right,
uh,
I'll do listen probably. Yeah.
You do have the observant feat, right? Or the facet.
Yeah, I have a bonus on listen.
I'm not gonna. I'm also in this context. I'm not going to charge you any penalties for doing that while you're fighting. You're not. You're not splitting time. You're doing a kind of a quick look, then jump on.
I was gonna. Can I do like a smell if there's other things around us as I go back?
You can.
With his-
That's going
his-
to be an additional penalty on everything.
Oh, never mind then.
Because
It's
you're
a
kind of
hard
like
success.
pausing to
Listen.
smell,
Okay,
and
time left.
you'll need a pretty high result in this rain.
Got it. Never mind.
All right. So, Boz, and before people start roll. Oh wait, have you already rolled, Jed?
I did. Sorry.
I did, yeah.
Also, before I roll, I was going to mention, if you guys have already rolled, you're fine. But there is also the thing of like, you may spend force points. You can spend
Right,
things
yeah.
right now if you want to. Boz, what did you roll on your look?
I rolled a hard success.
A hard success. Boz, you notice, you don't see any more people coming, but you do notice some, like, gun turrets activating on other towers in the distance.
Right, like if they'd shoot us down if we tried to fly away.
That is your, or even they might shoot at you they might even blow your ship up on the platform.
All
but
right,
there's-
can I try and point those out
You
to them when they're on the ship?
Absolutely. So you're kind of running back, and then if you are taking shots at whatever stuff, go ahead.
Right, yes.
Go ahead and take it. Roll a shot there. Icedark. What did you roll
Less
for
is
your
general?
attack?
I rolled an extreme success
An
with an 11.
Extreme success with an 11.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right.
Nice.
I am the best hunter.
So you basically pull out.
Oh
and
my
just-
God.
Even though it's not
Quite
your
literally,
rifle,
of
you
all
I
still-
time.
rolled an extreme success as well.
extreme. Great.
Buzz,
All right.
my man.
16 and my 17 is the rate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So.
Yes,
We are stone cold murderers, I say.
So you two just take shots. I'm
we
going
do what
to-
we do very well.
Oh my
Right,
gosh.
yeah.
See, this is an interesting situation because he
No. I
he's
don't know if this is good enough.
he's not. He should go just like fully defensive here, but he's not going to. He's a Sith Lord. So, he is going to be doing 3 things, I suppose, in that case. You guys are shooting at him, so he's going to, with 1 extra penalty, so now he only gets 2 bonuses on this. He is going to roll a block against your blasts that come his way. Extreme for him will be 30 or lower. He rolls 40s on both of them. But because he's blocking, he does decrease. So what are the damage outputs of both of your weapons?
Mine is high.
Yours is high? Great.
If I had my rifle,
if you had
it would
your
be
rifle,
very high.
It would be. I don't know what blaster pistol damage.
Oh, blaster pistol, damage pistol. Sorry, I got it here in the. It's an equipment in the book. Sorry. It is. Sorry, everybody. A blaster pistol is normal. Okay, so even though he deflects it enough that because when you block, you actually diminish the amount of damage. So he seems to only sort of go down one condition from yours that gets through, and yours he kind of swats away completely, Boz. Mm-hmm. And then at his actual blocking of her attacking, so I'm going to spend some of her force points to sort of go crazy here, to the point that my girl is going to actually be rolling, she will be rolling d8s on her attacks. And with her lightsaber, she gets to roll, she gets to roll 3 bonuses total. So that's 1, 2, 3, and you. And that is... Oh no, 8 is good. 8 is a 0. So she rolls a 3. So she does manage to, she's kind of just totally taking the fight to this guy.
Good for her.
That is a vital for her, so his extreme, so even further is going through, so he's now taken, he took 1 off of you, he's now down to resilience 5.
What's a vital roll?
A vital roll means it's a 20th or lower.
It's like
So-
if you roll
Real
like
good.
a 1 on the
It's
roll.
if you have an 80, if you roll a 4 or lower, it counts as like a crit. A vital roll is like the highest sort of thing.
Understood.
Great. So she manages to, so she's really taking the fight to him, and he's kind of feeling overwhelmed, especially with you guys blasting from the sides. He will, however, so that was with 1 penalty. This one he'll have a penalty on, but he doesn't care. I'm going to spend 2 of his force points to have actually, instead of that, he'll just roll with a bunch, because he wants to Murphy, he just wants to really harm all of you. Where did that die go?
What did we do?
You now that you've attacked him, he's out.
It is probably not us, but the other sides.
So he's 2 on this. So he's going to go. Oh my god. 90, 80, 70. It's still a success. I need Boz and Eyes Dark. As lightning shoots out at both of you, I do need you both to make.
Can I dodge?
Yes. Well, what you are actually going to... Yes, it is a dodge. You both need to do a dodge roll.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool.
And you are rolling against a... If you... Basically, I'll actually tell you guys this. Force lightning always wins in the case of a tie, so you guys need hard successes on your dodges.
I got a hard success.
I got
with
a
40.
hard success.
So basically, this lightning sort of shoots out at you. Your friend here, I think she has a pretty good dodge. I don't know if it's better or worse that in your first combat somebody else is doing so much of the stuff.
I mean, we're not Jedi, so I assume she'd be
She also, and I'll even say just for flavor, she kind of, rather than dodging, she sort of does the Obi-Wan and just like cuts it on her thing as she continues taking the fight to him. Lauke.
Yes.
You have made it to this thing. You know there are gun turrets activating. You've heard that. Boz and Izark are like back at the ramp, shooting, harrying this guy. Now she's like landed some big stuff. She hasn't like killed him, but she's like really pressing the advantage, really sort of defeating him. Lauke, you can go ahead and make a piloting roll if you want to sort of like prepare the ship to fly, and she is going to also try to sort of run away from him, which I guess I'll just have her, it'll just literally be a run roll to see if she can sort of Jedi away from the guy real fast. That's a normal roll for her. Okay.
And it's 1 force point to re-roll.
It is 1 force point to re-roll. That is correct.
We'll do that.
Unless you rolled a fumble.
No, it was just a regular success.
Oh, understood. You're like, I'm re-rolling a regular success. My God, it's amazing. Love it.
Can you do the like minus D20 thing on it too, or the?
That part is only a 6, so it didn't really do this. So now I have a 5.
A 5? Okay.
Yeah, so an extreme.
So basically, so you sort of, you get up, and I'm actually going to say with that extreme, I mean, these gun turrets are just basic rolls, and they only have 50s. So a failure, and a failure, and a failure.
Nice.
As basically just like things are, it's like even if you were not expertly dodging, but basically like you've now like got the ship up and it's hovering. Izark and Boz, you're like hanging from the ramp below. She's sort of fighting the guy. She actually rushes away from him, and with the extreme success, even though she had a penalty on it to do because she was both fighting and then sort of extracting, managing to sort of knock him back. Kind of like, she. In the actual thing, after he shot the lightning, she sort of blocked it and then kind of like knocked it back at him and sort of swung a couple times. And then as you sort of fly up, you kind of just see her do like a flying backflip, and she lands next to you, Boz, and you, Izark. And she kind of like, unignites her lightsaber and kind of runs in as the ramp. You guys hit the ramp close. We'll sort of go to the second part of this combat round, however, which is Lauke and Lyala. You guys are in turrets. There are gun turrets shooting at you. There's also this guy down on the ground with his lightsaber. What do you all want to do?
Shoot.
The guy on the ground is being handled by Boz and Izark, right?
He's
Not anymore.
We've kind of like in the way this works. It's like your part is happening later. The ship. You're already in the air.
Okay,
he's alone.
I'll take a shot at a gun.
A gun turret. Great. Okay, so and it's actually not even one gun turret. It's just you're focusing on the gun turrets. Lauke, are you going to shoot? Or are you going to let her handle the shooting, and you're just going to stick on the piloting?
Having seen what our girl just did, I'll shoot at the guy.
You'll try to like target him on the ground. Okay, cool. So make an attack roll. You do get 1 penalty on it because you already did something else.
But if I have the targeting computer, then the penalty goes away.
Well, if you have targeting computer, does that give you a standard penalty all the time?
It says you can make the rolls without taking a penalty.
Oh, snap! I was smart. Look at how I put something together. Yes. In that case, no penalty. You're fine. Ignore everything I said about it costing you. You're able to shoot me out at the same time. Go ahead and take your shot at this dude.
Wow.
Look at us being a balanced team.
He'll get to make one more sort of block at you here. Lyala, what did you roll against the gun turrets?
What am I rolling? Is it vehicle
If
weapons?
you go to physical, if you go to combat talents, yes, it is under vehicle weapons.
Okay. That is 69. Nice, but wrong.
Nah.
I'm gonna use a force point to re-roll.
Okay.
I rolled I have a bonus. One of them was a 77.
Oh, a 77? Have we done this to you
Yes.
guys yet? I think we have.
We did.
Everyone, please gain 3 luck points.
Nope.
So but the 77 was the one you're keeping.
Not keeping.
Oh,
So
you
does it
have to
still
keep
count?
this. It has to keep the 77 for the 3 luck points.
Does it make a difference? All right, never mind then.
So no luck points.
Not keeping.
So you lose 3
Extreme.
luck. He lied. You have an
Hard success. Sorry, hard success.
A hard success. All right. He's going to definitely, as this comes up, he's going to definitely try to block that with his saber. Oh my god. He only gets 2.
I want my gun.
I'm actually spending 1 more so you can have 1 more thing. Okay, there we go. That's he wins that pretty handily. Oh no, but since it's a ship, he has to do better than that. Damn it, I'm gonna have to spend this guy's luck points to simply, I'm gonna have to spend luck points to get this guy down to a vital. Have to spend 11 luck points. Dang, it's a lot. So basically, he just like with this, you shoot him with like a full thing, and he does manage to like deflect it. But you have gotten him up in the air. Yes, Lyala, what's up?
Got a got a 25, which was
Okay.
a fail, but I would like to use 5 luck points to bring it down to a 20, which is a success.
A 20 is a flat success for you. Okay, so you manage to shoot, and at that point, with only a normal success, we'll say you blow up one of the gun turrets. Lauke, you manage to kind of distract this guy. I'll say that you taking that shot, though, means he can't do his third action, which would be to, like, try to, like, pull the ship back. So
Jesus.
instead, his, he unignites his saber as you fly off into the distance. And none of you are there, but you see him on his platform going, send the fighters. So, Lauke, as you are now kind of going over this, what's-her-face is, like, striding past all of you up into the cockpit, saying...
Mind explaining what's going on here, love?
Yeah, what the hell?
Silence! She kind of, like, goes to a center place. She is going to search her feelings. Well, actually, what she's really doing is trying to just, like, clairvoyance. Oh, she's not good at clairvoyance. She's not amazing at that. Shoot. She is going to reach out and see if Darth Needle is alive.
Ooh.
She rolls an 11. I'm going to spend a luck point, so it's an extreme success for her. And with that, because she has a 50, it's basically, she sort of pauses and she's like snapped at you, and then she looks up as, oh, and I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bum 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 dum dum. Send the fighters. Anyway.
Wow.
As
It's like I'm there.
yeah, so as she's just my mistress lives. Set down somewhere in the city. We must find her. She has been ousted from her throne by this accursed. She kind of glares, and you actually see some of the, like, siding of the doorway crumples, just like in response to her anger.
Ooh, wee.
In June,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Leala that she needs to learn how to do whatever this space witch is doing.
I'll just glare at him.
Right, any suggestions where we should be landing?
Kind of a big city.
She'll basically
Right, the entire continent.
she'll say, all of you get on the gun turrets. They're following
Yes, ma'am.
us. And we're going to now have a second combat sequence of a much simpler variety, which is you guys are going to get to do a gun turret battle. Basically, now this is so that was on the Death Star, you're running out. Now this is go to the gun turrets and kill those TIE fighters that are following us. And so everyone is in a gun turret, so you go again to your, it's combat talents, it is vehicle weapons down there in combat talents. Lauke, you can make a vehicle talent and make one more piloting check. She's guiding you, so that's, you don't need to do any navigation. She's sort of telling you, like, there, like, fly under the, and basically imagine that this is a Vegas Strip style, your ship is, like, going over, like, the Bellagio fountain as, now Sith fighters are following you. You guys get it. It's all that fun stuff. So this will be a fairly simple, they're the aggressors. You guys are fighting back. We get it. So Lauke, please give me your piloting roll.
Alrighty. It's -4.
Understood. So a
Jesus.
critical, insane. Just
In
Lauke
hell.
is Lauke here is this is what Lauke is here to do. So the fighters are sort of going crazy here, and Lauke, they are going to do some pew pew pews at you guys first. That one is a failure. That one is a failure. That one is a failure, because they need a hard success to even, like, maybe be in the region if you're sort of flying that defensively. Cool. Can all of you, can everyone just go ahead and make a vehicle weapons roll, including Lauke?
Right, yeah, sure.
Did.
I did it I used a force point and
Beautiful.
I failed.
Understood.
both.
I did. I had to re-roll, so I used a force point.
Okay.
And I would like to use 1 luck to bring it down to a 1.
You're going to bring it to a 1 because you have a 20. By bringing it to a 1, you get it to a vital success.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nice.
A vital success is amazing. Okay, Boz, what did you get?
I used the force point. I still couldn't get it.
So Boz and Eyesdark are like trying to shoot at 3 of these fighters who are all sort of going. They're again. Lyala kind of angle on Lyala in her thing. She kind of like looks at one. She turns. She shoots. She shoots one of them on the side. It goes spinning, bursts into the other one. Both explode. The last one charges through the debris coming at you guys. Lauke, what are you doing?
Shot.
Extreme.
So got
Extreme. Lauke manages. I mean, I guess I'll roll this one up. It's Lauke just kind of like does like the automated spins out from bottom like, and that one just bursts that apart as you guys go. And with that. God damn it, why didn't I stop this in the middle of this thing with you in the pilot seat? That would have been so much meaner to do to them. Would have been way better. In any case, basically, Lauke, with your super vital success you did, you fly through, and then you do a full-on, like, you are on the side of some, like, neon billboard as further fighters are sort of going down, and then you can just kind of go through, and she says, yes, under this way. You kind of like fly sort of in a long, low hangar under a building. You land, and Wit kind of...
Montans, what the fuck is going on, love?
I don't know. It appears my lady has been usurped, but she still lives and is still on the planet. She kind of looks at you all. If you're able to rescue her, you will have her undivided gratitude. If you assist her in what is going on.
That's my favorite kind of gratitude.
All right. We need to find her. She has told me where she is. We're going...
With your mind thing?
Yes. With my mind thing.
Her... Never mind.
She is hiding in a safe house belonging to the incomparable Gagoom.
Oh, you're serious? That's the real name. Good. Great. Yep. Brilliant.
The Gagoo. Yeah.
Right.
The incomparable Gagoom is a crime lord. Casino owner who still understands which side of the bread he puts his bantha butter on. We must.
All right.
Boss are just like, what?
Must be a new.
Eyesdark's like, I don't. That does not seem like it the same.
So it must be a newer idiom. It's been a while.
Right. 4,000 years.
We must venture there. We must attract no attention. I don't.
Is bread rarer now than butter? Is that what is going on? I'm just trying to figure out the
I think you're
idiosyncrasies of
focusing on
this.
the wrong things right here.
You've never heard of the... It is irrelevant. An excellent point, boss. We must find our way. Come with me. She kind of breathes in one last time, and she is actually going to do one other. She's going to do her most unique force power, which is really cool. Let's see what she rolls. Ooh, she rolls a 7, which is an extreme success. You know what? Let's use 3 more of her. She has a lot of luck. Let's use 3 more luck and give it a vital success. She kind of does something and you guys sense absolutely no difference. That's because none of you are force users. So her ability to bury her force presence and hide herself completely from the force is something it has no impact to you. But she's now, all right. Aside from our physical appearances, which she kind of looks through, and she actually starts handing everyone like jumpsuits.
Is this the fashion that we were supposed to pick up?
This is a disguise.
These are functional. I love it.
Put it on. She kind of pulls one over her thing. She casts off the little robe she was wearing, just pulls that on over her black jumpsuit.
Can I have the bless him and vest over this?
Sure, yeah.
Jumpsuit, yeah.
Totally, no problem. And she says, very well, collect your belongings. Hopefully we can return to the ship, but we must not assume. She gathers, like, obviously she has her lightsaber, which she kind of puts, like, hidden in sort of like so easy access on a belt. She also takes that bag that she had taken out. And kind of...
Wait, I would just like to say, if they back in, can you let her know that you chose this outfit? Because I did not. And I don't want her to continue to be mad at me on account of I'm not dressed like she wants to be dressed.
Sure.
Thank you.
I
Can
know
I
this is
search
not
the
your
ship?
primary concern, but these things matter.
Can I search the ship for any vibro weapons, Lord?
Oh, make a luck roll.
Alright. Yeah.
While
17. That's a hard
Wow.
success.
A hard success?
Yes.
There is, in fact, a full-on vibro blade in one of the lockers.
Yes.
You wanna
Alright, I'm
take
gonna
that,
take
you
that,
may.
yeah. I'm absolutely taking
You can find the stats for that in the book. You could just take a vibro blade. That's no problem. Yes, Eyesdark?
Oh, I was just going to say that while we are getting changed, I'm assuming Icedark's pretty quick at this sort of thing.
Yeah, and these are like big coveralls. You just kind of pull them on easy. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So I would like to make a quick note in the recorder for our other house
Go.
of what has happened and what is about to happen.
Understood.
We have arrived at the Sith planet looking for Needle, the master of our companion Wheat. Apparently, she has been deposed from her place of reign, and now we must venture out and try to find her in a safe house. I believe it is part of the casino. We shall see if we are successful in rescuing her, but hopefully by doing so, she will owe us much gratitude, and perchance that will equivalent into new bodies for our deposed souls. So that is what we are about to do. Your
And choose
lady
this outfit.
Wit is an amazing fighter, but pretty intense. Good to have on your side. Also, yes, the Twi'lek did not get an opportunity to choose her outfit because we are in hiding. So you can look at this as perhaps like a costume party. Trying to dress like a hoodlum is the party name in this one.
Great idea.
She is doing a great job.
Wonderful. So, you guys gather up your belongings.
Oh, last thing.
Oh.
If you come across a Trandoshan rifle, sporting rifle, please take a moment and purchase it. It is very vital to our survivability and our success. I will explain further once you have attained this weapon.
Right, I'm going to, I'm just going to take my vibroblade in one hand and my blaster pistol in the other.
Yep.
All right, I'm ready for a hunt in the urban jungle. You eyes dark?
Yes, it's been a while since we had an urban hunt, huh?
Right, yeah, well, variety is the spice of life, as they say.
Indeed.
All right.
All right, my friend, lead us away.
All right. Just because this is a slightly too clean moment and I missed such a good moment to end it earlier, we're going to go on a few more minutes. Just if I can get you guys into some trouble because I'm a bad person. And because it's not quite...
We get ourselves
trying
into
to get to
trouble.
9:30 or so. Also, it wasn't a short session last time with them, for the record. It wasn't a short.
Oh, I have no doubt that they just spent the
So
whole time.
it wasn't like we ended it at 9 or anything. So as you all disembark, she begins leading you through this sort of planet. To Lyala and Lauke, you have never seen a world quite like this. Boz and Eyesdark, you probably have. You've seen some, dens of
I've been to
iniquity.
Coruscant.
Yeah, you've seen. Yeah, this is like some Coruscant lower level vibes to some extent, although it's all sort of a little cleaner. You see numerous, like flashing signs trying to sort of lure you into various sort of temptations and such things. Lyala?
Well, my navigations and stuff never would have taken me to any place like this at all.
Not in the Ascendancy, no.
Okay.
Come on, this is Sodom and fucking Mora. You don't do that stuff. So as you guys kind of make your way through this world, there's a couple of moments where sort of Wit kind of pauses and glances, and you guys see a few like guard type people in sort of just general Sith uniforms sort of walking around, and she's kind of, they don't look like they're particularly on alert, but she's taking no chances. So it takes a little while, but eventually you do see this massive casino like rising out. I also should mention you guys do get on some like high-speed people movers. So you know like the trams at the airport? You get on some of those where you step on one and it goes fast, and then you step on another one that's next to it, and another one next to it, and pretty soon you're going like 200 kilometers an hour. Just having like stepped a few times, so it was never like a super thing. So you do that to like really cover some huge distances across the Sephiropolis, and eventually then you walk off the other way, and it's fine. But you make it towards this huge, glowing sort of like pyramid-shaped casino. She kind of leads you forward and says, "All right. The best thing would be for me to simply go inside and get the lay of the land and then bring you in. With 5 of us, it becomes a little more complex, and of course, if you forget yourselves in the middle of something, it could be sort of an awkward moment, but I'm also somewhat loath to lead you here alone on a street corner. What do you think is the better option? Should you come with me? Or should you remain here and I will come and collect you?"
We could leave a recording for them.
I also have a pen.
But
We could write something on our arm.
these are true, but I'm saying in a moment of, what if the transition happens at a really dramatic moment where playing a recording is not a good option?
Right, well, we'd be shit out a lot, but...
So I'm saying, in those circumstances, do you trust the 4 of them alone here to handle someone attacking them or trouble, or do you trust the 4 of them with me potentially asking weird questions at a delicate moment?
You.
I think we should stick with you.
You're our only hope.
Is there a place that we can wait out?
I think I have
out
a
of the way?
bad feeling about this.
We would wait. I would have you wait here in some alley behind the building.
Right, but like the last time we let you go ahead, you almost got cut in half by a scary man with a red light set. So.
I do
no
appreciate
offense.
your assistance in distracting Darth Obdurate. He had to split his focus, which certainly allowed me to press the advantage against him.
I'm sorry. What was that name of this person?
Lord Obdurate?
Darth Obdurate. Obdurate. He is a
Understood.
cyborg, a Dark Lord of the Sith.
A stubborn person, one might say.
It was barely a person. Hey, if his circuit boards were knocked out, would he make a good droid? I don't know how those work.
He is more machine now than Arcanian. Yes. But his devotion to the dark side remains.
So we couldn't make him into a droid.
I doubt it.
Are they different? Okay. Just
Yes. Now
thinking
is
out
not
loud.
time
here.
to discuss it. If you all wish to come with me, yes, please.
I think you are right. We should probably stay here. But before you go, will you do one favor? Take that lightsaber of yours and carve a quick message into the side of this wall. Just says, "Wait for wheat."
Well, why don't we write "find wit" on our arms?
Oh, we do not want them going in
Don't
after.
want them going in.
Wait
Right,
for
yeah.
wit.
Do we have like a comm link that we can have? We can contact you.
She kind of goes to the wall. No, if I write "wait for wit," someone will know we were here.
Right.
So what about wait here?
Well, if we move.
She's okay with wait here.
Wait, what about wit will find you on us? So we don't want your name out here. I'm gonna put it on my
Right,
arm.
but all that they're gonna know to look for that.
Go ahead and
On
put
the
it on your
arms.
arm. That's
Wait.
fine.
Right, hold
Is
on.
it WIT?
Yes.
There's no H.
Orabesh. Yeah, no H.
Always felt there was an H.
Stay close to Lauke. What's the name of your person that you're in?
Stymie?
Isn't he like like the bloody man.
Please.
Something like that.
She basically is saying, just stay here. If anyone comes for you, try not to make a scene, but defend yourselves, of course. Do not allow yourself to be taken by the Sith. By any Sith guards, of course. She kind of says, I will come back as quick as possible. She rushes off.
I always felt like his words, wit. Wit.
I know.
Not wheat.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it is her name.
All right, well, we might as well get comfortable all the way. I just kind of sit down on the trash heap on the side of the alley.
Should we do a recording?
I suppose we probably should, yeah.
Right.
I pull out the recorder,
Okay.
press record.
Oh, that's funny. 69. Okay, what do you record?
Stay here. We are waiting for wheat. No, sorry, it's wheat. There's no H in her name. It's very strange. But she is going into this casino to find Nida. As we have recently come into some problems. I left in the recording earlier, you understand. So she's going in. We did not want an accident when going into this establishment. So we are waiting outside. Do not wander off. Do not get yourself lost. Stay nondescript. Do not be captured.
A few moments kind of into this sort of speech, and you can kind of continue recording it
God.
quietly. You do, however, hear a couple of voices kind of like talking, and they sort of pause, and they go, Oh, that's a crew. Here's a crew. And these two Godels walk over to you guys. And in fact, you guys recently did see a Godel. You're captain of the ship. I just rolled another Godel. Good old Captain Zarn, who met a sad fate 4,000 years ago. But they go, There's a crew. Hey, what are you guys on hire?
We are working
No.
on this wall.
We already have a job.
Oh,
Yeah.
right here. Jeez. That's the
Yeah,
weirdest
we're-
graffiti I've ever seen. The other guys.
Trying to
Yeah.
get it off.
It's
We were
avant-garde.
hired- Yeah, we were hired to get it.
Oh man, your work crew? Wait, how much does that pay? Wait, do you work for the casino?
We are not at liberty to.
Oh, they work for the
Hey.
casino. Okay, hey, listen. How you guys want to make some money?
No.
We're good.
I like being poor.
Oh man, they did a number on you guys. Hey, listen. All you gotta do is help us smuggle in a couple sabak decks. No big deal.
What's a back deck?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What is it? It's a tiny little thing. They sort of are pulling it out. They're like fanning it out. They're just like, it's not a big deal. You hear a few more voices calling like, where are you go? Oh, sweet. Oh, and then kind of like 6 more Godels come over.
Nah,
They're like, oh my god, this is amazing. One of the Godels, he's like, oh, sweet guys, this is gonna do it. This is how we can do it. She's finally gonna take me back. Oh, this is amazing. And they run up, and he just like walks up to you. Let's say we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll start shaking your hand, Boz. How you doing, man? How you doing? It's good to see you.
I'm
It's good to
great,
see
mate.
you.
We're not for hire.
Reeking of alcohol. You are helping me out, man. You are helping me out so much.
I'm not helping you.
We can't.
Oh, you can't help?
No, we got hired by some a-hole.
Sorry, mate.
Why'd you get my hopes up and say they could help us?
I'm sorry,
You
mate.
guys are-
I think
No,
if
they-
you just have a good conversation with your friend.
But dude, you've been brainwashed. Dude, you've been brainwashed because you want to
Trust
be
me,
poor.
I've been much worse than brainwashed.
No, they said you want to be poor. This one said it. This one's really
Right, yeah, he's a bit quirky.
That was a joke. It's from where he's from.
What?
This one is very accomplished at a thing called sarcasm. You, my friend, are clearly not.
Oh man, I'm missing it because of your vocabulary. No offense, bro. No offense. I don't mean to offend against it. This is just a condition you have. Sorry, bro. But you got and they are holding like plastic like cups, like really long things of alcohol, and they're like wearing, some of them have like plastic crowns on their head.
Can I attempt to persuade them to leave
Han
us
Solo
alone?
cup.
You can. I'll tell you what. Roll the persuasion.
Okay.
Can you what?
Are they
While she's
holding
doing
Han
that-
Solo cups?
Can I do a diplomatic mission on them?
You absolutely can. Yes, finally a diplomatic mission, and you are so likely to win this, unless I roll a 1 or something. Well, I rolled a 22, which for them will be... What's the baseline of a deception? A failure. So good. Diplomatic mission.
I got a 53, which is a success.
On persuade. Great.
Yes.
So Eisdark, you're kind of like, you sort of start like talking to these guys. You have your diplomatic mission. You have your understanding of where they're coming from. To be honest, it's not hard. Lauren.
Yes.
Wow. We should. Okay. Lauren, what do you say?
I really appreciate the offer for more work, but we've really got to focus on
And
this
at that point, as soon as you say, I really appreciate the offer for more work, that's 8 words. And with that, an amber glow takes you off.
Didn't even get to do the voice box.
Oh, you rat bastard!
Oh, can I have at least? You know what? I bet that's how I was getting on these guys' good side. Is I was playing with my voice box and doing some cool voices and getting them to be like cool.
He was talking about your vocabulary, so you were doing that and like getting, and that you were succeeding. So, Eisdark, you have succeeded on a diplomatic mission against all 8 of these Godels.
Excellent.
Was it going high pitch or low pitch?
Probably both. Probably alternating.
I would think that doesn't make the most sense of what did you do is always going from one to the other over in kind of conjunction like this. Is going to go from one side.
Yeah, and like 2 of them are listening to you. The other 2 are cackling. There's alcohol everywhere. That is where we are ending tonight. That's what I'm talking about.
So bad. So bad.
Yeah, it is good. All right, well, everyone, that was great, and that was our first like true sort of combat situation, which I think is sort of it's a very different vibe in this game than in D&D where it's so turn-based. But I hope you guys still enjoyed, kind of
I like it a lot.
blowing
Actually.
people up and shooting stuff, and where you get to talk about what you're doing, and then the whole thing lasts, like a few minutes rather than the whole session. So it's different systems, they go different ways. We'll kind of keep playing with it as we go. Thank you everyone for watching. Please definitely tune in tomorrow for Crude Matter Session 4 when we see what happens when those talky people find themselves on a street in jumpsuits splashed with alcohol, everyone pausing as everyone looking at 2 of them, one playing with a vocoder, one having just said something. I like this game. So that's a great one. So check this out tomorrow night, please. Then also on Tuesday, we have Grey in the Dark, our noir game. They're also up to some interesting shenanigans where they went to a political rally, or they went to a private political meeting for Shadow Elves last week. That was really fun stuff. And then on Friday, it's not a huge deal. It just happens to be our 52nd session. That is 1 year. Can you believe it was a year ago, Jed, that you introduced us to the saddest person I've ever killed in a single session? That guy. You know what? His rabbit made it out. He did not survive more than one session, but the rabbit is still there. So yes, rabbit's still around. So please join us on Friday. It's going to be a huge fun. That's our 52nd one. Also, 52 happens to be a multiple of 13. Things happen when that happens. So we're really excited. They're currently on Rocket Base 95, and there's a pounding on a door on a derelict survey site. Nothing could go wrong. Really fun stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. Please follow our channel, subscribe if you can. You can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, get a free sub every month, have to renew it every month, yada, yada, yada. Also, go to our About page to find out about our wonderful players. Go to our Discord where we post recaps and interact with people. All that great stuff. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, just know that even when you change consciousness in the middle of talking to a bunch of drunk godels, still, the Force will be with you. Always.
See ya.
Night.
Good night.